He's tasked with fighting discrimination in Virginia Beach. So why did he launch a homophobic rant on Facebook?
I think we have the right of freedom of speech according to our Constitution and freedom of expression.
Porch pirate or true hero?
Majestically and heroically, he galloped to my door and courageously scooped up the poorly rated charging cable.
And getting busted for overage, trick or treating. The Verified team on where Chesapeake's law stands this Halloween. Those stories plus the latest on the Nats in minutes. But first, we're taking you live outside to downtown Hampton. The clouds are hovering low over the harbor tonight, but for the most part, we dodged most of the rain. The weather is our top story this Tuesday night. Thanks for staying up. I'm David Allen.
And I'm Nicole Livas. That doesn't mean everyone got nothing. A few showers hit parts of the south side, and a line of storms passed through eastern North Carolina and the Outer Banks. Those storms were probably the source of some of that lightning you may have seen earlier this evening. The chief is here now with the latest. I saw some raindrops.
Yeah, and I was spending all evening watching the radar and the velocity returns. We had numerous tornado warnings actually clearing. I'll give you all the short-term details coming up.
We were keeping you updated on the 13 News Now app. It tells you everything the weather app your phone came with won't. It's free in your app store.
It's been 2 years of waiting. Justice will be delivered to the families of these 4 prison workers killed in a botched escape attempt. It's up to a jury now to decide if Michael Brady will live or die. He was found guilty yesterday in a case we have been following since the start.
And now Brady is opening up, sharing more about his background and the days leading up to that deadly attack. Allie Weatherton is in Manio.
It's a tell-all testimony straight from Michael Brady's mouth.
I stabbed him like 4 to 8 times. She was supposed to go down in one hit.
For Brady, he didn't hold anything back.
I wanted to escape right from the moment they convicted me of 4 years.
When he got a job in the sewing plant at the prison, Brady says he had access to several tools.
If I needed to break down a pallet, I could go and get whatever tool I needed to break down that pallet. All I gotta go up there and say, hey, I need a hammer, for example.
And that's when he started thinking of a plan alone. Eventually, he says he included 3 other inmates.
And all of a sudden, the pieces of the jigsaw puzzle just started getting put together.
The plan started about 3 months before the attack. Brady made book bags to hold supplies and even made pants for all 4 men.
Each of us had basic ideas and tasks and how it was supposed to go down, and I almost called this whole thing off because I did not want to hurt Miss Darby.
And on October 12, 2017, they carried out their plan.
She had turned and she started to scream. That's when I punched her in the face. When I punched her in the face is when she fell down to the floor. I hit Jeffrey Howe until he stopped moving. I don't know how many times I hit him with a hammer.
They ran for the fences, but in the end, all 4 were caught.
But there's only 2 possibilities that I wanted to happen on this thing. A is I escape and get my freedom. B is I get them to kill me and I still get my freedom.
In Manio, Allie Weatherton, 13 News Now.
Well, here's what we're expecting in court tomorrow. Brady's testimony continues in the morning. The judge asked jurors to come back tomorrow at 9:30. Now to Virginia Beach and a story we first told you about on the 13 News Now app.
A member of the city's Human Rights Commission calls homosexuality an abomination and a mental illness. Dana Smith talked to the man who says it's his personal page and he'll say what he wants.
There's uproar over social media posts made by Virginia Beach Human Rights Commission member Kenneth L. on his personal Facebook page. One reads, "Homosexuality is a mental illness and should be treated as such." Another reads, "2 men or 2 women is an abomination, according to my faith."
I felt like it was very important for me just to express my personal views on the subject in a very sincere, polite manner, and I made it clear in the message that I'm not speaking on behalf of any organized group.
Human Rights Commission Chair Sylvia Neary Strickland stressed that L does not speak on behalf of the commission. She said each commissioner has individual beliefs and we do not always agree. I personally do not agree with the postings, and other commissioners have contacted me and they do not agree as well. Hampton Roads Pride issued a statement saying L's words are a disappointing betrayal of trust. The statement said the fact that the commissioner chose to publicly and repeatedly express these statements in a manner which has the potential to incite discrimination is not without consequence and calls into question his current fitness to serve effectively.
I don't think people trying to take posts from Facebook and make a public debacle out of it is appropriate. I think we have the right of freedom of speech according to our Constitution and freedom of expression.
Virginia Beach City Council member Michael Berlucci said he reached out to L about his comments and he, quote, obviously does not agree with them.
I've known him for a long time. We have a very positive personal and professional history, and I did express to him that his comments hurt my heart.
Dana Smith, 13 News Now.
Staying in Virginia Beach, parents, keep your eye on the mail.
You're about to get another survey on when you think your kids should start school. Janu Hur is here with the decision made just, within the last couple of hours?
Yeah, just the last couple of hours. A very long discussion tonight. Now, two things. Resounding results from a survey show parents, staff, and students oppose starting before Labor Day. The administration is recommending to the board to keep it the same. But also tonight, school leaders have said a later start to the school day could help with attendance, grades, and let students get more sleep. Administrators presented their research tonight to City Council, as well as parents and students. Most who came to speak were opposed to pushing back the school start times, but there were some parents who trusted the research done by the administration.
Delaying school start times is the right decision. You know that. You directed the administration to explore this because deep in your bones you knew that this was what was right, even if it's hard for us to do.
I don't think it's going to make a difference in the amount of sleep these students get. The first thing my boys said to me was, well, if we go to school later, I'm just going to stay up later because I know I can.
Now tonight there was not a vote on if leaders will implement this yet. Instead, the school board is suggesting another survey for parents, staff, and community members. They think that'll be helpful now that the research and data is out there. Once those results come in, then the board will vote on their recommendation and send it to the calendar committee. Janu Hur, 13 News Now.
Here are three big stories we're following tonight. Beach police update their official timeline of the May 31st shooting. A reporter at the Pilot found what the department's calling a typographical error. They also changed some entries based on new information. Edward Shaw pleads guilty to murdering a Norfolk pre-K teacher in a tragic case of mistaken identity. The 72-year-old is accused of working with his ex-lover and planning a shooting that left Caroline Hendricks dead. Shaw, you see him right there, faces 43 years in prison. And James City County is trying something new to get people to give up vaping. During this week's prescription drug take-back event, officers will be taking vapes and cartridges. It's the first time they've done that. They're also taking old and unused prescriptions.
It's the story that haunts Chesapeake this time every year. Those super strict trick-or-treating laws. Julie Warren tweeted this yesterday, and already nearly 3,000 people have retweeted it. But is that city ordinance threatening jail time for trick-or-treaters over the age of 12 still on the books? You know how we do this. We put it to the Verify test. Here's who we checked with: Chesapeake City Codes. They're available on their website. We also have a previous interview with Mayor Rick West. We did this interview back in February when council voted to remove the penalty and raise the limit from 12 to 14 years old. Here's something else to consider. Mayor West says for the 45 years that rule was on the books, it was never enforced. So we can verify overage trick-or-treating is on the books, but it won't land you a fine or jail time or anything like that. That said, if you're out there smashing pumpkins and messing with the little ghouls and goblins, expect to get busted. See something you want the Verify team to look at? Get our attention on Facebook or Twitter. You can also reach out by email, verify@13newsnow.com.